the big, beautiful bill that just passed the U.S. Senate and now moves to the House tomorrow. We need people to call the House, your congressman, and let them know that you should support the bill. But let me tell you what's in this bill. It is big, bigger than you thought. It is more beautiful than you thought, and it's a bill. They permanently kept the lower tax brackets, the lower tax rates for everybody, for lower class, upper class, middle class, businesses, all those rates protected permanently in perpetuity, forever, long time, not disappearing every 4 or 8 years as happened before, and then we have to repass them and buy those things again, okay? Good news. The also made permanent tax simplification. It doubles the standard deduction. For most people, 90% of people will never have to actually take all those little receipts and count them up and see, because the standard deduction is twice as large and even more than that, and you don't have that many receipts. So saves money, saves time, simple. Tax reduction for families, doubled the child tax credit. It's also increased by $200 after it was doubled, and that doubling becomes permanent out into infinity, permanently extended. There's a lot of permanent in this. So you can plan your life. If you're a business person, you can plan how and when to invest. You can make decisions on how many people to hire now, not waiting for years to find out whether things are going to work out. You know what the tax cuts are now, and they are not changing. This is huge. The small business tax cuts, those are made permanent, particularly important for many of the small businesses in the country that hire most of the American people. Permanent 100% expensing, forever, permanent. So when a company, big, little, subchapter S, corporation, whatever, buys a new truck, a larger truck, to make truck drivers more effective, more productive, this truck's bigger, or better computers, or better equipment for the plant, they can expense it immediately. That drops the cost. You don't depreciate it over 10 or 15 or 20 years. That is going to get a lot more investment to make people a lot more productive, which means they get paid more. Go back to the first time when we passed this bill originally. In 2019, the median income, family of four, median income went up 6.8% in that year, 2019, 6.8% in 1 year, more than Biden, more than Obama ever did in his presidency. Huge tax cut. And now, if you're finding this helpful, and we got more to go, hit like and drop a comment below. It is really helpful to get this information in front of more folks who care about keeping taxes low. We want to get this stuff out to you. It permanently extends the research and development expensing, again, making us all more productive and means we get paid more. Permanently restores the pro-growth interest deductibility. Also, another way to make it easy for people to invest in hiring more people and paying them more and making them more productive. Now, there's also a new thing that President Trump did. Now, this one's for 4 years because it's a starter tax cut. It's a new one. And that is 100% expensing for new factories and qualified productive property. All right? So that's a lot of productive property, a lot of factories, particularly focused on manufacturing and in farming, evidently. So watch that one to grow over time. The death tax gets made less painful. You can deduct up to $15 million for a single person. We don't pay taxes on handing that over to children and family, and up to $30 million for a married couple. So you're not allowed to die until you've made at least $30 million as a couple or $15 million as an individual, if I understand the law correctly on this one. No tax on tips. This is also very important. It allows people to not have to figure out, whether you'd get double taxed on tips because they don't go through the credit card. They don't tax tips. And this is going to make it easier for a lot of people in a lot of different businesses. It's not just people who work in restaurants. It's people who do your nails and your hair, and Uber drivers, and also the people who deliver food. A lot of people are going to benefit from that. Good idea. Also for 4 years. And no tax on overtime pay. They begin the process of getting rid of that. Also for 4 years. These things work out. We figure out how to make them good. They'll become permanent too. And opportunity. There's an opportunity zone. You may have one in your neighborhood. They are in rural areas as well as in cities. They reduce a lot of the taxes on business investment to create opportunities, particularly in distressed areas, poorer areas where you don't have as much growth. That becomes permanent and is a huge employer of people in their first jobs. Permanent 100% expensing for other business investment. And now we move to, there's a lot of stuff here. Sorry, I gotta go right here. Enhanced deduction for seniors. That's the beginning of how you end the tax on Social Security. The increases for people over 65 and older, about $6,000 per eligible filer deduction from your income, so you don't have to pay income tax on that. And it goes up in various areas. No tax on car loan interest. So if you borrow money to buy a car, no tax on that. It's for qualified passenger vehicles. I think it has to be a new car, up to $10,000. Real progress. And it expands the health savings account. The health savings account, which is a lot of about 60 million people have, 60 plus million people have health savings accounts. This allows millions more to have access to health savings accounts and save for their future and reduce the cost of a lot of what they do for their health care. At that, we didn't get all of what we wanted on the health savings account, but we got a good deal of it, and that was made permanent. It also repeals the 1099, the tax of the Venmo atrocity, where if you Venmo somebody money, it shows up as income to them, and then they have to pay income taxes on it, unless they can prove that you were helping to pay rent or kicking it in to help on a restaurant tab or something. It was an incredible paperwork burden. They kept delaying it until Trump got to be president, and then they go, okay, we're dropping this on you. They knew it was our friend Biden knew it was a lousy idea. He did it anyway. That's going away permanently by law. They can't ever do that to us again. There's an excise tax reduction on firearm suppressors. Those are the silencers. We call them suppressors now. Sounds better. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next update of our efforts to fight for lower taxes and protection of your paycheck.